Alrighty, welcome to the channel and the stream. I am Books Nelson with the At Me Bro Show, and today we are doing a deep dive on Spotlight Sim Pascal Siakam. So the main question is this guy worth it? Well, I think that's going to be a different answer for a lot of people. But first we're going to do is going to see what he's bringing to the table. That's the number one part of the equation. So what is Pascal bringing to the table? He's bringing to you a 91 midi, a 98 three-point shot. This is with a Mike D'Antoni coaching boost, 94 driving layup, and a surprisingly, I'm not going to say low, but I'm surprised they didn't super juice his dunking. I mean, an 89 is still a very, very good dunk rating, don't get me wrong. 86 ball handle. Let's see, post moves, nothing special. That offensive and defensive rebound at 94 and 98. So whether you play him at the 3 or the 4, he's going to provide a wonderful rebounding boost. And then we see those defensive stats. So guys, full disclosure. Yo, what's up, Project Elevate B. Wilson? How's it going? I love how you call me B. Nelson. So this card, when I played with the Diamond, I love this card. He just did so much for me, like so many great defensive and rebounding animations. He's just flying all over the place. I expect the Pink Diamond to do the same. I have seen some other people playing him, and I've seen that. So the defensive stats are just out of control. Steal is at 85, block is at 85, but he also does have a very great wingspan, very long arm card, so that's going to be fantastic. Lateral quickness at 95. You can throw him on anybody. His speed is a 94, outstanding. And he's listed as 6'9", but he's definitely one of the bigger 6'9" cards in the game. He reminds me a little of Rudy Gay in that regard. The vertical's at 85. The strength is a 70, which for a power forward, if somebody's playing post up, you're going to want to slide him to the 3 probably. We'll see if he has post move lockdown to buffer that. But, you know, at the small forward, that's good enough against most small forwards. But this guy's going to be an elite perimeter defender and a solid interior defender. So we see here we've got the Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame interceptor with those long arms, intimidator. And there it is, boom. Post move lockdown should help a lot with that lack of strength at a 70. We see he has box, brick wall, and moving truck. So again, he's got those posts. Yeah, asset secure, dope D. We in there. So let's see what else he's bringing to the table offensively. Hall of Fame quick first step and downhill. So this guy's a 99 speed in the truest sense of the word. He's got gold floor general, not bad, and that wonderful needle threader. Always a nice bonus to have. And let's see what he's doing in terms of the shooting. So, okay. Wow, I just saw that badge. I can't believe it. So he's got catch and shoot, clutch shooter, corner specialist, difficult shots, green machine, pick and popper, and most of all, range extender or Hall of Fame, along with Deadeye. And then we've got the quick draw. And of course, no steady shooter. And here we have all of these slashing badges on either gold or Hall of Fame. I don't see one of the good ones missing. So let's get into this guy's animations. So first we'll look at his shot and his hot zones. Wonderful hot zones everywhere except for one. And he has a really good shot. Really, really nice shot. Remember it from the Diamond, and it's gorgeous here. You see, even I just got the card with almost no practice, just green, green, green. Let's look at his leaners. And he's got the straight up and down leaner, which you guys might know from this channel. I view that as a kind of 50-50 thing. On the one hand, it doesn't create space. On the other hand, when you catch the ball on the move, he's basically going into his default shot motion, so you don't have to be too worried about him shooting on the move. All right, and as you saw, all of those went in, feeling pretty good. Okay, so now with the full court dribbles. The crossover, I did the between the legs by accident. Let's try that again. It's trying to spoil the video for me. So the crossover, nothing special. The behind the back is very good. The behind the back is very good. It's not elite, but it's very good, particularly for a card of this dimension. And the between the legs, it has a slow startup, but a good motion on it. It's not phenomenal. And let's look at his combo here. And then we see here he's got the glitchy Bam Adebayo crossover between the legs. I mean, crossover behind the back combo. So this, yes, back, I got him. So this is important because he doesn't have a fast crossover. This becomes more of a go-to move for him. So I'm doing the crossover behind the back, but I'm canceling it so quickly that he goes into this other animation, which is extraordinarily good, really cheesy, Really slick. So that's our first major little secret about Pascal Siakam. So here we see comboing that into his behind the back, just sliding all over the court. And I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm gonna do it one more time just because we love to see it. So we go behind the back, the crossover behind the back and behind the back in conjunction with one another. All right. So let's look at the hesitation crossover with the left stick. Boom. Very good. You see the massive speed boost he gets out of that and the crazy hop dunk. Guys, I'm very happy I got this card. I'm very happy I got this card. So let's look at all of that in conjunction with itself. So you see there, going up court, this guy can be a straight up glitch if you play him the right way. So let's look at his spin move, and then we're going to go into the half court dribbles. Boom, and that's his spin. So he has got it all. There's one more dribble I want to look at. We're going to look two more actually. We're going to look at this is a deep dive, so we're going to look at everything. Because hey, look, this is a long grind, so we need to show you everything so you can know what you're getting into when you get this card. And if you do get this card, ways you might be able to want to use it. And so I showed you the in and out for a second. Let's look at it one more time. This is in and out. Boom. Oh, he didn't want to do it. Let's try that again. Might not have been holding forward. Boom. There's his in and out. Very solid. Very, very quick. So it's a nice little move to throw in. Might even be giving him a little bit of a speed burst there. Definitely moves him well. And the last one we're going to look at is we're going to look at his hesitation with the right stick crossover. So that's his hesitation with the right stick crossover. I'm going to try it again. Maybe I put in a bad input and gave you a between the legs. There it goes. And so really, really slow. You don't want to hezi into the right stick. Always hezi and cross over by holding turbo and the left stick to go in the opposite direction. That's going to give you the best result. All right. So now let's look at his half court moves. So at his size, he's definitely of the cards that cannot do the explosive behind the back. However, tell you guys right away, he moves out of this between the legs, this behind the back much faster than most other cards do. So we'll see here with the combo, he moves right out of it very quickly. So even though he doesn't have the explosive behind the back like a guard, he does move out of that very, very smoothly. So you can almost use it the same way. All right. Now with the hezi. So the bad news is he does not have a real hezi. The good news is tap left trigger, he has the cheesy step back, that Bam out of bio, LeBron James floaty step back that allows you to combo right out of it. That is fantastic for a card with Hall of Fame range extender. I personally view that as an extraordinarily potent combo because you can go right into the shot after that. And opening up that ability, first of all, already that's one way to score, right? And then you have the ability to drive off of that with the quick first step. And with these super tall dunky cards, you can go right into that hop dunk. It just doesn't get much better than that. So yeah, if he had the Pro 3 hezi, he'd definitely be one of the cheesiest cards in the game. But as it is, I think this guy has plenty of game, plenty of arsenal, even without the Pro 3 hezi. You're just going to want to lean on the left stick games there. And so let's look at his momentum cross now. He's got the second most fast momentum cross because he does the double dribble, but he does it really quick, like as it's crossing over. Some people, that double dribble, you see there, he just did it without the double dribble. So he does the dribble so fast that sometimes he skips it. And so he has one of the fastest momentum crosses in the game. I would say a second fastest to Michael Jordan's and Jonathan Isaac's, but it's definitely a momentum cross that you can use as a part of your game. So another thing I want to look at, again with these taller cards, if people are giving you space out here in this range, then you will have enough room to do his regular size up. And the great thing about this size up is you explode out of it very, very quickly, right? So that's the size up. I showed you guys this with Thon Maker, and a bunch of you guys messaged me letting me know how much success you were having with Thon and how thankful you were for the video. So if you know that from the Thon video, it's going to be the same thing. If people back off of you and they're kind of letting you cook, you can cook just with that size up. Just do the size up and explode out of it, and you're going to get a bunch of options coming out of that. We'll cover a couple of those options real quick. So size up, explode, snatch back, and with his step back, it's a double. And so that's the important thing about that step back, right? Is you can size up, explode, snatch back, double hop. Get all the way to half court, range extender, bang. Right from the logo. So this card is filthy. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And when I'm done with these spotlights, I'm definitely selling some of my small forward some of my small forward, power forwards, because Pascal is definitely going to be in my main lineup. I'm super excited about the card. Really glad he didn't have any disappointing animations. Now, I think even as a role player card, even if you play him as a cone, he's going to be excellent for you with his like passive, just defensive stuff. But if you want to cook with this card, I think this card definitely has enough game to get off on some people, man. So now let's look at his peekaboo speed. Let's look at that again. Without the Pro 3 Hezi or the Pro 1 Hezi, this peekaboo is what's going to be your go-to game here on the perimeter. As you see with Pascal, it's very fast, looking really good. And you can do it from way out here. Real smooth, real smooth. So another thing I wanted to look at was his misdirection here. If I can do it correctly, as soon as I say it on video, I start screwing it up, as always. But it wouldn't be a live video if we weren't screwing up misdirections, right? So I always do it 10 times before I start talking to you guys. And then when I go in here to do it, nothing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I swear to God, I have no trouble with this move when I'm not streaming. There we go. Jesus. Took forever, but there you go. Misdirection. Because he doesn't have the explosive behind the back, it's still good, don't get me wrong. But I think with this card in particular, it's not necessarily the go-to game for him. It is something you can use, don't get me wrong. And because of his large size character model, it is definitely, you know, in your favor to go to it. But I also think that just as viable is the step back. His step back is so strong, it creates so much space, and it combos so smoothly out of his tapping of the L trigger, his L trigger Hezi, that I think that is going to give you the most options to really cook with this card, is spamming that step back and cooking out of it, considering he's such a fantastic shooter, and he really is just an absolutely, in my opinion, elite shooter. He's like the next level down from your McGrady and Brandon Roy and Dwayne Wade type shooters. He's in the group right after that with like RJ Barrett and, you know, whoever else you like in that group after that. Just very, very high level shooter, very clean jumper, not as fast as those other guys, but because he's such, you know, a strong, you know, like you see the hop dunk, it's just insane. The hop dunk is absolutely insane. So because he's so strong going to the basket, because he's such a tall card, he's got such great dimensions, he's almost like almost a Giannis, to be honest with you. He's almost in that like Giannis category where he's just dunking, he's all over the place, he's the wingspan. He's just like an inch or two shorter than Giannis in game. So he's not quite as much of a goon, but he's much better of a shooter. Even the best shooting Giannis card can't hold a candle to this guy's release. It's just fantastic, and he's also got the step back to facilitate it. So all right, so before we get into the layups and stuff, I want to look at him bursting out of the triple threat. See what those animations look like. So there you go. Very solid. I would say B plus, A minus on the spin launch. Let's get another one. So we're going to look at same side. He's got a hop going to the same side, which I don't love. Let's try that again, see if we can avoid that. Yeah, he's got a natural hop out of his triple threat going to the same side. Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. But even with that, it wasn't the quickest. It wasn't the quickest. And I don't know why I'm getting the hop sometimes. I haven't had that trouble with other cards. Maybe you guys can tell me why he might be doing that. There's the straight up launch. It's solid. Not the best I've seen, but it's okay. I mean, the triple threat is viable for virtually any card, but some cards are like elite with it. I would say he's second level out of the triple threat. It's not his go-to game. He's no Jimmy Butler, but it's definitely something you can throw in there and you know, catch people with, as you can see there. So yeah, something you can use. Not as good, not the cheesiest version of the triple threat. But we've gone over his hop dunks without even really talking about it, and as you can see, his hop dunks are absolutely stellar. So let's look at his layup packages, and then we're going to shut it down. He's got that weirdo layup. Not that any of you are going to be doing layups with this card. Wow. Yeah, he's got that old school layup. I'd watch out for this layup package because those layups can miss. The way they like throw it at the rim like that. I'd definitely watch out for him with the layups. Either dunk it or hop dunk it. If you can't dunk it or hop dunk it, he's actually got a really nice Euro step. So I'd say the Euro step is viable. Let's look at the Euro step again. Yeah, Euro step is super viable. He's got an excellent Euro step. Maybe one of you guys in the comments section can tell me what layup package this is. And we're going to look at his cradle. Then we're going to go to his dunk package and call it a day. Solid cradles. I would say try that in game a few times before I can really judge it. And yeah, that was a nice layup. So I would say when you go into the basket, just avoid his layups that are like strong hand, ball hand and weak hand layups. Go with his cradles and his Euros, and you should be fine. That's his floater. Very high. I don't recall if he had teardropper. All right, so now we're going to check out his dunk animations. So he is a right-handed shooter. So we'll check the strong hand first. I tried to see if he dunked from really far away. He probably does if you have a full head of steam. First, let's see how far he dunks from. Yeah. Yeah. So you can dunk from basically the three-point line with this card. Oh no, his shorts ripped. Let's see if we can get rid of that. It's a family show, guys. There we go. All right, so that was his right-handed dunk. We're going to check his change hands dunk. Okay, big gather on the left-hand dunk, changing from the right hand. So I would say you might want to watch out for that. Let's see his fancy with the right hand. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So he's an excellent strong hand dunker. We're going to go forward dunking with the right hand. Gorgeous. S tier strong hand dunk package. So let's check his weak hand. Okay, quite the gather on his weak hand. So we're going to check switch hands. A gather on that one too, but it was better than going straight up with his left hand. So this guy is not an ambidextrous dunker. Yeah, not at all. Not an ambidextrous dunker. He has much weaker dunks going to his left hand. We're going to check the forward. Okay, forward, very nice. So if the ball is in your left hand, you might want to go with the forward dunk, and we'll check the flashy right now. And the flashy's awesome too. Okay, so I would say he's not naturally an ambidextrous dunker, but if the ball is in your left hand, I would say 100% you want to pay attention and make sure you either do a flashy or a forward dunk. Don't switch hands and don't go up with the left hand because he dunks much slower. He gets up much less high when he's dunking with those hands. And we're going to check and see if he has a baseline dunk. And that's going to do it for Pascal. Okay, he didn't do a baseline dunk there. Let's try another one. Please tell me you put baseline reverse dunks on this guy. Didn't do it again. I'm going to try one more time. And he did a layup. Yeah, he might not have baseline reverse dunks on this card. Yeah, he does not have baseline reverse dunks, which is a little bit of a bummer. So if you go into the baseline, you might want to go up strong because he's going to go for a reverse layup. Not that baseline reverse layups are bad in any way, but you know, the baseline reverse dunks are highly cheesy. So he doesn't have that. So that's going to wrap it up for the actual deep dive of Pascal Siakam. So here, this is just personal opinion and a little bit of discussion because of the nature of this card. This card is not on buyout. This is a card, obviously, that you have to beat 15, I guess, teams to get this card 5 times. So is this card worth getting? If you are really happy with your power forward, small forward lineup, I don't think this card is a must get. If you do not have a defensive specialist in your rotations and you're using Jonathan Isaac, I would recommend upgrading to Pascal Siakam from what I've played over Jonathan Isaac. Now, full disclosure, a lot of people really love that Jonathan Isaac card. So I'm not going against those people. I like the Jonathan Isaac card, but I like this card better. Not just because of the range extender, but it's the shot form and just the general like movement of this card. I like the Siakam over the Isaac card. I think Siakam will perform very, very well. But I think the Isaac card is good, but it's well worth it to have the range extender. And if I was playing Triple Threat online, I would definitely recommend Siakam over Isaac. Not just for range extender, but the fact that this step back combos into range extender so very, very well. So even if you're running like a Beasley or I would even say a Rudy Gay, you might want to consider this Siakam to add in for the defense. Now, if you're running a Bam Adebayo or an Anthony Davis at the 4, I don't think you need this card, and he would probably not be worth it for you unless you were looking to free up that 70K and 100 to 200 MK. I don't know what Anthony's going for right now, respectively. I know he was still on bid, so that's a time of the day thing. Now, the other reason this card would be worth grinding for is if you wanted some of the other cards. So in the Eastern Conference, the most notable cards would be Cam Reddish, Malcolm Brogdon, and Kevin Porter Jr., I believe. As much as I think some of the other cards are decent, I don't think the other cards would be worth the grind on their own. I do think that Cam Reddish and Kevin Porter are worth a look on your own. And I really like the Brogdon card. He's tall, he plays great defense on the perimeter, and he's a wonderful shooter. So I like the Brogdon card a lot. He doesn't make my main rotation right now, but if I had to free up MT, I would definitely be very comfortable running that card in any game mode. And on my secondary teams, I would definitely have that Brogdon. So I think those 3 cards are really good cards to have in your collection. Almost at any level. A lot of people are running Cam on their main teams. Less so for Kevin Porter, but I really do like the Kevin Porter card, and I've had that feedback from a lot of people that as much as they love Cam, for some people the Kevin Porter's animations just suit them a little bit better. So I would say definitely check out that deep dive if you're curious about him, and watch gameplay of that card from your favorite players online to make that decision. So considering that you're also getting 3 other excellent cards and the ability to possibly get the James Harden card, that is a long grind, no question. But is Pascal worth it? I would say generally yes, but if you're extraordinarily happy with your defensive lineup at the 4 and the 3, you have lockdown defenders at both those positions. I didn't even bring up Giannis. Giannis is another one who'd run there. Then maybe you want to pass on him. But if you're looking for a defender who can shoot the 3 and create off the dribble, it doesn't get much better than Pascal in my opinion. I think he's top notch in those categories. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up for this Pascal Siakam card. I hope you guys enjoyed this and this was informative for you. Please like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one on the road to Brandon Ingram. Peace.